In today's video, we are going to study the Caro-Kann defense advanced variation. Let's continue. The standard moves are e4, c6, d4, d5, and this is the Caro-Kann defense. And e5. Now it is the start of the advanced variation. The main move over here is bishop f5. The second one is c4. Sorry, c5. And the third one is e6. But I would not recommend you this e6 move. That in this variation, it is not easy to develop your bishop. You need a lot of theory over it. And why to go for such a position when you have a choice to immediately develop your bishop, and that is bishop f5. This move is also good. uh, it also generates a lot of different type of positions. This is called a Botvinnik-Karls defense. This move is called c5 Botvinnik-Karls defense. But the move I am going to recommend you is bishop f5 in this position. After that, the knight f3 is the standard move. And here you just develop your pawn to e6. That you are saying that I'm going to develop my bishop and knight over here. And bishop e2, the normal development by white. Now e5. Without this move, you have nothing for black. You have to make this move. There is another try, and that is knight e7 over here. But this leads to a position where it takes time to develop your pieces. Instead of it, I would recommend you this move c4 immediately. Sorry, c5. Or you may play the move knight d7 first. But in this knight d7 line, you can't play the move c5 immediately after that. Remember that the reason is behind that. For example, castle, and here you try to play the move c5. Now the problem is that white will just immediately open up this center, and the black king is still in the center, and white would develop the pieces with tempo and very fast. This is possible, but if you like these type of positions, then you can go for it. Instead, I would suggest you that in this position, you go for the move immediate c5 over here. And this is the main theory. White would not take on this c5. The reason is that black will develop his bishop with tempo. So white would counter it by the move bishop e3. Now the move is queen b6, putting more pressure over here on d4 pawn. Now the standard move in this position is knight c3. What if white goes over here like this? But here just white has lost the tempo, and now this pawn, you are able to take this pawn. But here in this position knight c3, you can't take this pawn immediately. I'm going to show you that what happens if you take this pawn immediately. Then queen b1, queen into queen. What happens if you goes back and give the take a knight and give the check? The point is that now bishop d2. And if you try to hold the onto your queen by playing the move queen a3, now queen into b7, and these two pieces are going to fall immediately, and you can't stop it. For example, you try the move bishop into c2. Now the first is bishop b5 check. King has to move. Now you are in a mating net into this position. So here this pawn is poisoned at present. You can't take it in this position. So you develop your knight to c6, and there is standard reply, and that is knight a4. We are going to check our from here the white's variations develops. One is knight a4. The second is castles. And here the third main move is that he takes the pawn. These are the three main moves in these positions. We are going to look at all of them one by one. This is our main position. We will look at our first move, that is knight a4. After that, the standard is that you give the check on a5. White blocks it by playing the move c3. Now you play the move c4. The reason behind it, playing move c4 is that now your bishop is out of this pawn chain. And you can then develop these pawns, march up these pawns, and open up the queen side and attack on the queen side. Whereas the white's concept would be that he is going to castle and he is going to hit this bishop over here. I'm going to make a different arrows for them. Hit this bishop over here. Then he is going to play the move f4. And again tuck his knight over back over here. Then he will go for the move like g4. And he will play on the king side and you are going to play on the queen side. So the standard reply is here is castle. After that, for example, in this position, if white goes for b5, b4 instead, he plays the move b4. Then the point is that you are going to sacrifice your one piece and going to be exchange up, and you would have one extra pawn with two extra pawns, and you will have a tempo. The reason is that now bishop into b4, c into b4, now knight into b4. The reason behind is that when this knight will move over here or over here, it will be check with tempo. And the best move for white over here is to play the move knight c5. Why? If white castles in this position, now black is better. The reason behind is that now this knight is going to fall. That's why he first saves his knight, and that is he plays the knight instead of castle. He plays the knight over here on c5. Now knight c2 check. King has to move. King f1. Knight takes rook. Queen into a1. And now the point is that you are going to bring your queen back to c7 and you are going to march your pawns up the board. For example, if queen c7 now the move is knight h4 first. The point is that white is going to try to move the pawn to f4. He is also going to hit the bishop over here. And the move is knight e7. Now first, as white is unable to castle now, so he is not going to let black also the castle, and he will move the move g4, bishop e4. Now knight, sorry, knight whether to g2, or he may play the move f3. After bishop g6, now knight into g6 and knight into g6. And this position is actually indeed equal. Here, black has won this passed pawn, and these two pawns are the sporting ones against this black white's sorry a2 pawn. We come to back over here that if b4 is being played and black takes it with the pawn, then what happens? Now white is better. The reason behind is that because after a into b, now the queen has to move away. So queen c7, and now the move is b4. Sorry, castle, white castles. Bishop e7, stopping this bishop from coming over here first. Now, knight e1, the knight is routing from over here to over here and going to put pressure on this c5 square. The move in this best move in this position is h6, for example, or you may go for bishop to g6 first, and now b4. And now you will understand that black king is struck in the center. This knight and this rook are still on their initial squares and they are doing nothing. So if white plays the move, for example, in this position, instead of doing castle, going for castle, if he goes for immediately b4, then the main move is that whether you take the bishop, whether you take the pawn with the bishop, or just you go back going to d8. And at the highest level, where 2700, 2750 rating level, this move is being played many times. So here the standard reply is that castle, white castles, and now you just first place the move h6, that this bishop does not comes over here, sorry, when you are going to develop your knight over here. I'm going to show you a little bit of it here. uh, the move is knight b2. As this knight is doing nothing over here, so this knight is going to reroute when the queen will move from over here, and this knight will reroute, this pawn will be moved, and this knight will come over here. A lot of maneuvering it will do. Now the move is that over here is that first bishop h7. Now you are going to develop your knight, then you are going to develop your bishop in this position. So I hope you have understood that if instead of castle, what happens if white plays the move b4 in this position. So here white castles, and the main move for white is black is over here, that now he will expand on the queen side. b5, now knight c5, and bishop will take this knight, and after d into c5, knight ge7. And in this sequence of moves, black would castle easily. Now the standard move over here is b4 by white. Now I'm going to let you people understand that the main move over here is that queen a3. There is one game in the database. There are several games in the database where this queen a3 move is being played. But what if you take this pawn en passant? Then after a into b3, queen into c3, and now knight d4. Sorry. Now bishop into b5 first, taking back the pawn. After black castles, now the move is knight d4. Knight into knight, bishop into knight, and queen has to move again, and that is if he moves back to b4. Now bishop d7. And if you look at this position, sorry, in this here, bishop d7 is the move. If you look at this position, black will try to hold this pawn over here on b3 by playing the move a5, or he is going to challenge this bishop over here. White is properly castled, black is properly castled. White has a liability of these two pawns. One is on c5 and the second one is on e5. And his bishop is babysitting these two pawns. He may strengthen this pawn on e5 by playing the move like for f4, but our pieces are properly developed. For example, we are going to play the move like queen b7, then we can develop our knight like this, and we can play the move a5 and hold this pawn. Still, it is a tricky position, but black can hold this position with accurate play. So after b4, the main move over here is a3, and after that, like white will come to immediately try to exchange the queens. If instead of it he has no better move other than to exchange the queens, because this queen is very better placed over here. Black is going to just castle, going to break his rook over here. He's going to play the move a5, and he's going to open up this queen side properly. That's why white tries to exchange the queens, and he plays the move queen c1, queen into c1, and now rook fc1. And we have reached the middle game, and both white and both black have the plans in this position. And now the move is a6 in this position, and now white may counter it that a4, but black does not had any need to castle over here. He can just jump into the center, king to d7, and game is completely equal. In this position, there is I have around about 6 games in 4 games in the database, 3 of which are drawn, and one is won by black. So we come back to our main position, which one was studying, and that after castles, black goes for d5, b5, now knight c5, bishop into c5, and d into c5. This is a position which we have already discussed. I want to show you something, that if instead of here knight a4, white tries to immediately castle. In this position, now you are able to take this pawn, and black will go for it. Queen into b2. Now to protect this knight, queen e1. The standard move in this position is c into d4 and bishop into d4. The reason behind take with the bishop is that when knight takes the bishop, now you are going to take the bishop, and your knight will be protecting this pawn on c2. This is the reason that you take with the bishop in this position. So the main move is knight into d4 and knight into d4, protecting this pawn also. And now bishop b4. And here you can already judge that black is better because it is threatening the knight, but his bishop is also threatened. So the main move for white over here is knight bd5. The point of this knight bd5 move is that if you play the move casual like a6, the problem is that your queen is struck in the center. Sorry, on b7, b2, sorry. So you can't play the move a6 over here. The move over here is bishop a5. The reason behind is that when the rook moves, then you may move the queen to somewhere else before, or if now you play the move a6 and rook comes over here, then your queen may take this knight and rook will take, and you will have 2 pieces for the queen. And there is another reason, that if now rook b1, now this queen can take the pawn over here on a2. The reason is that if knight into queen, now bishop into queen. But here white is too much better because knight c7 check. So here you can't take this pawn because this is protected. Instead, you are going to take this pawn on c2. After that, rook c1, queen b2, and now the move is in this position is knight e4. White is saying, okay, you take my queen, I'm going to take your queen. So bishop into e1, knight into b2, bishop back to a5, knight d6 check, king e7. Sorry, king e7 over here, as this square is protected by the bishop. You will feel that black is just here at present 2 pawns up, but white is going to capture one of them, and the game is completely equal. And how he that do that? He plays the move rook c5. Now after bishop to b6, now the move is knight into bishop check, pawn into knight, rook into pawn, and game is completely equal. You may develop your knight over here. You may bring your rooks over here in the center and counter it. It is actually end game, a reached of the end game. So this is what happens if white goes for castle immediately. But here, if instead of castle, he plays the move bishop to b5, then what is the point? The point is that you are going to play the move c5 immediately because your bishop is out of the chain. Now white castles is standard, and now a6, forcing white to take the knight over here. Now bishop into knight and queen into c6. When the queen is present over here, you does not need to double these pawns because it will be better for white. You take with the queen. The reason is that you are going to merge these pawns up on the board on the queen side. Now the knight h4 hitting this bishop, and bishop has to move to g6, and now knight into bishop, h into g6. And here white would play the move knight e2. The reason behind is that he's going to play the move c3. He's going to play the move f4, g4, and he may develop the knight over here. This is one of the ideas or one of the plans white may have in his mind. So you counter the plans by playing the move bishop e7, and you are going to develop your knight like this. So here the main move is c3, strengthening this pawn chain. Or the second move which was played in the game, one of the games, was h3. And after that, h3 or a3 was played in the game. But instead of it, I will say that c3 is better because now after knight h6, white must take this knight because otherwise this knight would be coming over here on f5 and it will be a pawn in the white's position. So whites take this knight and you take it with the rook. This king can remain in the center by when the bishop may move somewhere. This king may come over here to e7 or whether to d7. And now the middle game phase has been properly started. Here, white may try to queen d2, and now you may go also for long castle. Now, white is going to open up this queen side, and you are going to attack on the king side. This is the plan you will have in your mind. So we have studied the knight a4 line. We have studied over here that if white castles, And we have studied the main move bishop b5 over here also. And these are the three moves in the basically database. Instead of here, if white plays the move, for example, a rare move like queen d2, then how would you will continue? Then you can immediately take this pawn and you will retain this pawn. So instead of queen d2, white goes for like this, queen c1, which is a blunder. The reason is that now c into d4 and one of the pieces is going to fall. So whether knight a4 or whether bishop to b5. I hope you have understood the concept behind the Caro-Kann advanced variation, where knight a4, bishop, and castle is being played, and after the variations from it. If you like my video, kindly subscribe, hit the bell icon button. Thank you very much.